Hello, we are about to go on a car camping road trip up to South Carolina. This is only about an hour and a half away from my house, and I'm going to show you exactly where we are planning to go. So the general idea I have is to go up here to the northeast corner of Georgia where it borders South Carolina and check out this campground, which is actually in South Carolina. This is the Grapevine Campground, and it's got pretty good reviews. It's about 2 hours away. And then also up here, there's a lot of falls. There's a lot of scenic roads. So I'm just going to poke around and explore a bit up here and see what I find. Don't mind all these warnings. That's completely normal in this car. All right, we are all fueled up. We have a styrofoam cooler and a couple more camping supplies. We have a chair in the back, so that's good. And we're gonna make about an hour and a half drive up to Clayton in northeast Georgia. Yes. So I will see you at the Ingalls when we get there.
Classic hits, and Bertie Taupin said that Elton is one of the most tenacious people you will ever meet.
All right, made it to the Ingalls up here. All right, we got everything I'm looking for. Time to check out. Parking lot is not flat, so the cart wants to roll into the Cayenne next to me. I want that to happen. Look at how pretty this beer is. At least the can. It is almost 4 o'clock and we are about to head towards the campsite for the night, which is about 30 minutes from here. So that should put us at a good time to still have maybe an hour of light to cook with. So I will speak to you then. To reach the campsites, you're going to turn onto this gravel road, and I remember reading this from reviews that the first mile into this is cleared out forest, and then the second mile, which leads to all of the campsites, is forested again. And sure enough, that was true. And I just love that this was playing as I pulled in. Hello. I'm pleased to say we've made it to our overnight halt here, and it's quite lovely. We have a nice forest. The weather's also really good. It's about maybe a touch below 70 degrees. So I think we should start cooking. Now, I've never actually used a camping stove before, so this should be interesting. So I've just realized a terrible mistake I made. I do not have a lighter, and this doesn't ignite itself. So I'm gonna have to wander around and see if I can borrow one from somebody. Okay, I was able to borrow a lighter, so let's see if we can't cook. All right, we're gonna keep it pretty simple. Do some beer brats. There we go. So while these cook, I guess I can go get the buns. Not sure if it needs to go lower. They're getting a nice crisp on them. These are looking good. Go ahead and dump the first one in there. The second one. Well, see, that's why we bring extras. Alrighty, time to eat. Cozy up to the table here. Try not to, see, almost dumped another one off into the dirt. We don't want that. How these are. It's a Bratwurst. There's a yellow jacket over there. Solid meal, minimal effort. We love it. Let's try this beer. It's Trailbound Hazy Juicy Ale from Highland Brewing, Asheville. It's pretty good. So before it gets too dark out here, I want to show y'all the setup for the wagon. This car is a fishbowl. It doesn't have any window tint. This is only my second time car camping out here, but the first time I did not have any window coverings. This time I made some and I'll show you what they look like. Because it's literally just pieces of cardboard that I have cut to fit each window. So I'm gonna put these up and I'll show you what they look like. And here's how the car looks with all of the window shades in place. And here's how it looks inside. And you can tell it is nice and dark in here and nice and private. Now, one thing I did not do yet is paint the other side of them, so there's still the Lowe's moving boxes on the inside. Okay, folks, it's only about 6, but I'm about to call it a night tonight. Now I'm gonna go watch some shows inside the wagon. So, last time when I was in here, I was facing the opposite direction, and this time I'm gonna try facing towards the back of the car because I have more foot room because I'm pretty tall. I'm about 6'2", and so my feet get basically open space. So we're gonna see how this does as far as sleeping goes. But for right now, I think I'll just grab my laptop and I'm gonna watch some old Top Gear episodes, I think.
That runs on brimstone and baby owls. It's just a common or garden sports car.
Good morning. I forgot that it is, I don't remember if it's daylight savings or the end of daylight savings, but the clocks went back an hour, so it's actually about 5 a.m. instead of about 6 a.m., which is what I'm looking at here on the clock. Slept pretty well. It just got really cold. Compared to my first car camping trip, this one was a lot better. Because I have level ground on this one. I didn't on the first one, and then I also have the window coverings. This morning I think I'm gonna head to look for food because I don't have a lighter to start my little grill, and it's, you know, completely pitch black out. And I'm awake, and now I'm hungry, and now I want some coffee too because it's still only about 40 degrees out. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, now we have a McDonald's breakfast, and we're gonna head to a scenic overlook back in South Carolina that overlooks a little lake. And I think that the timing will work out just about perfect for it to be sunrise. So hopefully it's a nice sunrise. There goes another warning on the car. Now, y'all gotta tell me this isn't one of the most incredible views. Wow. Wow, that's about one of the most beautiful views I think I've seen here. Definitely for this being like maybe 2.5 hours from my house, that's incredible. Just the colors and with the rising sun and the clouds, and then, you know, the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains right there. It's really beautiful. So now that we've seen that lovely sunrise, I almost said sunset, we are headed to Whitewater Falls, which is only about 5 minutes down the road. Okay, here we are at the trailhead for Whitewater Falls. Only $3 a vehicle. One-handed is difficult. Right. Shoop. Alright, here's our camera setup. We're gonna do a few exposures, kind of showing the ridge and the sky, and then I'm gonna do a few more, I think, just angling the camera down a little bit so that we only get the forest and not the ridge. So we'll try a few, see how it comes out. And here's what I came up with for the first round. This one I like, but the water could be a little more blurred. And the second one here, I did a little bit of a different crop, and the shutter speed is also a little bit slower, so you get the blur on the water. This one is my favorite out of this group. And then the next two both have 1 second exposures, so it's an even slower shutter speed. But I think that and the aperture really kind of messed with these a little bit, so I don't like them as much. So now that I've grabbed a few shots from up here, I'm gonna see if we can't go a little bit closer to the falls by following that trail down there. I just looked back and the sun came up, and this is like 10 times more beautiful now. So here we are at another viewing platform. We get a more head-on angle of the waterfalls here. It's just beautiful. Well, that was a wonderful treat. Now I'm gonna head about 20 minutes up the road and stop and get a cup of coffee in Cashiers, North Carolina. So I'll see you then. Got myself a nice latte. We're gonna enjoy it outside, even though it's a bit chilly still. See the mountains in the background. Ooh, feeling that 5 o'clock wake up right now. But we are heading out from Cashiers, had a lovely latte, and going to head back towards the house, I think.
Oh, the woman on our party lines that knows everything. You're listening to the WESC Country Classic Show. Long John Landrum here. Thank you for listening. Hank Thompson, Mo Bandy, and Ken Nellens coming up.
So there we have it, about 300 miles added to the wagon here over the past couple days, and we're back home. I hope this serves as maybe a bit of inspiration for you, that you don't have to go super far to get some cool scenery, some good camping. So until next time, I will see you later. Bye.